there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kit, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guyan Bluford, the first African American to travel into space. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy with showers, thunder possible, low 60, chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, winds increasing, a few clouds from time to time, high 72. Tuesday night, partly cloudy skies, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
The snow is back in Boston and we're piling it on.
It's about the cumulative impact of this storm coming on the heels of the others.
Boston's been hit, what, 4 storms in 2 weeks, and we've been hit just as bad.
I'm done with it, though. I'm sick of it.
Trying to get it on dump trucks, try to get out of here.
You know, I liked that song, the kind of rock song with a decent bit of bass, because, you know, a lot of people saying, I'm over the snow, I'm done with it, kind of like when you live above or below or near one of those clubs where the bass keeps pounding and you're like, enough, enough. I think that's what people in the Northeast feel like.
And, you know, and it's not over.
No,
We're breaking all kinds of records, and there's still potentially 2 snowstorms in the next week for the same people.
Yay! Welcome back to special coverage of Winter Storm Marcus. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Well, relentless is the right word for all this snow. Boston is now having its second top 10 snowstorm in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like the snowstorm of the century of the week.
Exactly.
That's how it's being handled.
That's how it's playing out there. We had Winter Storm Juno 2 Mondays ago, to be exact. That was the other. They had 24.4 inches of snow, and so far, Winter Storm Marcus has brought 19.7 inches in Boston.
So take a look at the top snowfall amounts from this storm so far. Norwell, Mass. has over 23 inches. There's Boston's 19.7. Amsterdam, New York, 14. Woodford, Vermont, 11. And New Britain, Connecticut, 10.4. Glens Falls, New York has a foot. So a lot of people have really gotten in on this one.
Yeah,
and it's been
again,
a long duration.
Northeast, really New England getting hit hard by this. And here's what we know right now. Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority, they've canceled 35 of its commuter rail trains. Jury selection for the Boston Marathon bombing case, that's been delayed. Once again, they've had all sorts of weather issues. And, you know, more than 500 flights to and from Boston Logan have been canceled. And that's probably why we're seeing very little in the way of delays, because they've just gone ahead and said, you know what?
Right, it's off.
It's
right. Well, let's show you exactly what's happening with Marcus right now. Storm specialist Carl Parker is live in the lab. Carl, take it away.
Dave, yesterday we talked about the fact that we would see an awful lot of snow in the Boston metro because of the duration of the storm and because of a localized effect, because of a coastal front that was sitting right across the city and points southward where wind was coming together, ocean air coming into very cold continental air coming down from Canada. Where that air converges, you get even more snow than you would get otherwise, and that's certainly reflected in the numbers here. Take a look at how much snow we have gotten so far across the region. This is 2 feet of snow on top of all of what has happened in the last couple of weeks. Isn't that amazing? 24.5 in Weymouth. I'm sure there are people who are just absolutely sick of this snow. 19.7 officially in Boston, 16 inches there in Lynn on the North Shore, and 10 inches, nearly 11 in Taunton at the home of the National Weather Service in Boston. So we'll take a look at what's been going on in the radar picture. And again, with the winds converging, with that ocean air coming in just like this across the South Shore, and then that very cold continental air driving down from the north, we watched enhancement, and you see that in those darker colors there from Boston and on south and westward over the last 6 hours. So that's exactly where we got a little more snow out of this particular storm. The snow is going to continue. It's going to be lighter, we think. There's still going to be a little bit of a band there where that front continues to sit, and we'll expect to see moderate snow through tonight and then light snow showers in the overnight hours. So the additional totals we think are going to be lighter, probably on the order of 1 inch across a lot of eastern Mass, maybe a little bit more than that in southern parts of New Hampshire and back towards Worcester. Here's the broader picture, and looking at some pockets here of around 1 to 3 inches across a lot of southern New England, but we're definitely towards the tail end of this event. The vast majority of reports now indicating light snow. There are still some areas where we're getting some moderate snow, including Norwood, south and west of Boston, right about in here, still getting some moderate snow, and we expect that there will be pockets of moderate snow going on. And then well to the south, look at this. This is a little bit of freezing rain being picked up here on the radar. Now, what the radar does is it looks at what's going on in the atmosphere, and that gets plugged in to the radar returns here, the way it's actually put out, and that's why we've got that purple color right there. So, in fact, we are getting a little bit of freezing rain, a report of light freezing rain south of Harrisburg in York, and we expect that that is going to be driving southward through tonight. So late tonight, and then overnight tonight, we'll see some of that coming down into Baltimore and D.C. And this is a look at our forecast for those areas. So here's the snow. You're going to watch this whole area really begin to contract later tonight. Notice the purple right at the bottom of your screen. That's exactly where the freezing rain is going to be coming in, right through Baltimore and D.C. Should be over for the most part by tomorrow morning, and not a lot of accumulation. We're thinking it's going to be generally less than 1/10 of an inch there in and around D.C. and Baltimore, eastern Maryland, parts of Virginia. That can be enough to cause problems on the road, so please do keep that in mind traveling tomorrow morning. And then looking at the longer term, this is the GFS model, and the longer term indicating that there is at least some potential, and I know you don't want to hear this, for another storm coming up in the Northeast on Friday. That's the GFS model showing that, and then the European model actually not really on board with that idea at this time, and we'll talk more about what these models have to say coming up at about 50 minutes after the hour. We want to get out now to Paul Goodloe. He is in Worcester, and Paul, just unbelievable winter we've been having up there in New England.
Yeah, people are kind of tired of it, and we still have almost 40 days left before spring is officially here. I'm standing here in this patio in the backyard of the Beechwood Hotel. I've actually been able to shovel down to the actual concrete to kind of show you just in the middle of anywhere out here, there is just easily close to 2 feet of snow. I'll stick the yardstick down, and I finally got down to the concrete right at 24 inches of snow, and that's just settled here. Other areas, we have some snow drift out here, easily 3 to 4 feet deep, and this is just what's been settled here. Again, over the last 17 days, we picked up over 90 inches of snow here, and just from Winter Storm Marcus, officially, as of 1 p.m. this afternoon, 13.1 inches of snow, and just like we were forecasting before this whole event started, we knew it was going to be a long duration event. Now, again, this is just trying to walk through my previous footsteps here, which is still keeps me a little bit raised above the snow. But imagine just trying to walk anywhere through here. You'd easily sink down close to 2 feet down to the ground here if you're allowed to get down there, and it was just 2 feet of snow you're walking through. So this is definitely a difficult task. But as you get closer to more urbanized areas where you have snow that's been plowed, I was actually shoveling last night. Once you start moving the snow around, it changes the crystalline structure of that snow. It makes it harder, especially when the plows start plowing it as well. And there's still many cars, even here around Worcester, which have been plowed in, and people have not been able to get out there and dig it out because we've seen almost every other day here, every third day, we've had snow here across Worcester and much of eastern Massachusetts. This is an unbelievable winter, at least in Boston now. We're talking about it is the snowiest stretch of any 30, 20, or even 15-day period. And here in Worcester, we're trying to dig out those records as well. But the snow keeps on coming, and with the temperatures right now at 13 degrees, David, Alex, all this snow is not going anywhere. And once you get that cold, even the salt and ice melters, they start having problems doing their job when you get temperatures below 15 degrees, guys.
Absolutely. It's tough stuff up there. They're like, you know what? We've just about had it. And our live coverage will continue after the break because our team's out there. They haven't had it.
Stay warm and dry, my friend.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy with showers, thunder possible, low 60, chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower. Winds increasing. A few clouds from time to time. High 72. Tuesday night, partly cloudy skies. Low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
And when they're asked, what did you do to make a difference in the world? They can say, I became a soldier.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. Plus, Crizal gives you the most comprehensive UV protection. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away. Enough to fill the Empire State Building. Twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Who's responsible for this?
If something goes wrong, you find a scapegoat.
Rick.
It's what you do.
What'd you say? Uh-oh.
Kelly. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Rick, don't walk away from me.
What's in a can of Del Monte green beans?
If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaf.
Grown in America, picked and packed at the peak of ripeness, with no artificial ingredients. Del Monte, bursting with life.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
Sir, we're gonna need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu. It has the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. Theraflu breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms, so you never miss a day. Theraflu, serious power.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get great deals all week long. Like when you buy 3 select tires, you'll get the 4th one free instantly. Plus, get special financing for 6 months when you sign up for the Pep Boys Car Care One credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
Away. Is the smell of salt in the air. It's the sound a seashell makes. Away is a place that's beyond your imagination, yet well within your means. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
How much snow can a snowplow plow if the snowplow could plow snow?
Well, I think what you're asking is how many snowplows does it take to clear a neighborhood in Boston, right?
Well, that's exactly what I'm asking.
In just a more lyrical form. It's apparently 3 because that's what a Weather Channel viewer shot outside their window. This is Dorchester Street, a major street in the Southie neighborhood of Boston, and they had 3 snowplows go through and clear things up.
That's why we want you to stay off the streets in Boston.
Well, and that's why the mayor also says, hey, everybody wants you to stay off, including me, and you're in trouble if you're parked out there on those streets because they are really trying to clear them. As we've said, we've had 2 top 10 snowfalls in Boston in just 2 weeks.
In just 2 weeks.
Tons of snow out there.
And that would be snow, wouldn't it, here on the radar?
This would. The snow in Maine.
Yep.
Augusta at 8 degrees with snow falling down towards Portland. Places like Bar Harbor reporting cloudy skies. Same for Sanford. Those temps are cold, though, low to mid-teens. How about that?
Yeah.
You want that?
Maybe another inch. Maybe another inch here. That's it.
Yeah.
But, oh, my gosh, how much snow there is on the ground. You know, ski resort operators in the West who are dying because it's so warm out there are probably, I don't know, they can't take it to watch the video.
I know.
They're actually turning the Weather Channel off because they're depressed.
Very much the haves and the have-nots this year.
Yeah.
And Portland, Maine is just one of those cities getting hit hard, this time by Winter Storm Marcus.
Already they picked up more than 2 inches of snow, and Ron Blome is there, live. Ron, where are you? Right on the water there.
You can tell
You can tell that's Casco Bay behind me, and you can tell we're down to just very light snow flurries here. There's still a chance of flurries through the night into early Tuesday morning, but I think our snow event is over, and we're going to cap it off at officially just under 3 inches. I've counted 3, maybe to 4 inches in some of the surrounding areas here. When I was out this morning, rush hour was much on foot and by hoofing it as it was by cars. There was some traffic moving around, but an awful lot of people, especially those who live on the peninsula here, just decided to walk to work and not worry about getting there, because once you got there, you had to try to find a parking place, and so many of the parking driveways and others were already pushed in by plows that were working overnight. Well, they've been aggressively plowing all day, and the streets here are really pretty good. It is too cold, 12 degrees, a wind chill of -3 to get any melting on the street, even from the friction of tires, so we've got this dry packing snow that's not too bad on traction, but there are some hills here, and that can be an issue as well. I was out and around a little bit. I ran into a snowmobiling club. We may tell you about that later. They were enjoying it. The man who runs the snowmobiling dealer said this is white gold to him. It's a little bit of a pain for some people. This isn't going to really melt off until April by the time this starts to warm up. You want to see Portland without snow? You can come between May and October. Last year, the first snow was in early November. Now, a lot of people would say, well, it's New England. They get a lot of snow. But I was talking to many folks who were walking to work this morning and said, is this unusual or not? And just about to the person, they agreed it was a most unusual winter. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ron. We appreciate that report. And, you know, always good when you hear from these people and they say, hey, it's even a lot of snow for us. Airports, we're not seeing a lot of those takeoffs today at Boston Logan because they've had a lot of cancellations. So don't let that green fool you. Plenty of delays coming up into parts of the Northeast, including LaGuardia, JFK, also Philadelphia. San Francisco reporting delays due to low ceilings. So here are the details. Cancellations just under 2,000 nationwide cancellations. The majority of those at Boston and New York's LaGuardia, Newark, and JFK, as well as Philadelphia, also reporting delays. Dave.
Well, it's been relentless for snow in the Northeast, and it looks like we're not done yet. There's another snowmaker in the forecast, only adding to the misery in cities such as Boston. Coming up, see the area with the greatest chance of more significant snow right here.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Why wait? Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGDirect.com.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
Get down now! This is an absolute extreme situation. If this is my last year on the mountain, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy with showers, thunder possible, low 60, chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, winds increasing, a few clouds from time to time, high 72. Tuesday night, partly cloudy skies, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you and reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Everything in separate bins, people. Computers, shoes. You can't put two in one.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put two in one.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
See, it's like two things in one. You're like a mermaid or one of those horse guy people.
You mean like a centaur?
See, you can.
Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Phillips.
If you've ever wondered how you're going to survive another harsh winter, or stay dry from torrential rain showers, or savor the last warm rays of sun, step inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee and wonder no more. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Hi, my name's Serena, and today is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 30 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Off and on throughout my life, I struggled with my weight, and Hydroxycut is the only thing that has worked.
Why do people invest? They invest for what's next. That could be a college dream, a new priority, an active retirement. Whatever next is, it takes smart investments managed by experts who actively spot risks and opportunities. Franklin Templeton has been doing that for over 65 years, helping millions of investors achieve what's next. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
The most famous, most glamorous red carpet of them all, the Oscars.
You look absolutely beautiful.
Come on, it is time to celebrate.
The biggest event of red carpet season is here. The Academy Awards. Sunday, February 22nd, starting at 1:30 Eastern. Only on E!
Brought to you by AutoNation, with 30 South Florida locations where most people paid less. For current offers and specials, visit AutoNation.com.
Caused by exposure to asbestos,
call 1-800-641-0818 now.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back. It is time now for your winter weather update, and the relentless winter of New England continues. We've got very heavy snow coming down across parts of eastern Mass in some areas, and it's almost over. It's going to be winding down slowly through tonight. And take a look at how much snow we have gotten out of the storm. This storm was never really that strong of a storm. The Parrot low was not a terribly strong low, but we had this boundary in place right across Boston and the South Shore where you had ocean air coming in just like this from the east, and then colder air coming down from the north. And right where those winds are converging, that's where we maximize the snowfall totals. So 2 feet of new snow there in Weymouth, 19.7 in Boston. We have cracked the top 10 snowiest seasons so far, and it's a long way from being over. And in fact, there could be more weather coming up later this week, which we'll show you here in a moment. And the snow, again, not quite over yet, and going going forward, we're thinking not a whole lot of additional snowfall. It's probably going to be on the order of an inch there in eastern Mass, maybe a little more than that in the central part of the state in southern New Hampshire. There's the radar picture right now. We are seeing light snow for the most part. We're still getting some moderate and heavy snow in some pockets there in southeastern New England, and a little bit of freezing rain now in the lower Susquehanna Valley right around York County. That's slowly going to drop down towards Baltimore and D.C. late tonight, and overnight could be some slick spots in the morning as you're going to work. Here's the model forecast. You notice how the snow really starts to go away, but it lingers even into this evening right there in southeastern Mass. It's going to be lighter, we think, so again, not a whole lot of additional accumulation, and then things quiet down at least for a little while. And there's the broader snowfall forecast, looking at a pretty sizable area of 1 to 3 inches across New York State, and then also into eastern parts of New England. So here's a look at the next storm. We're going into Wednesday and Thursday of this week. This is the GFS model forecast, and where you see more of these lines, these concentric circles, you know you've got a developing area of low pressure. So Friday morning, 7 a.m., the GFS model showing a pretty strong storm coming into New England. And I know you don't want to hear this. Now, what I can tell you is that the European model does not agree with that. And for the most part, the European ensemble members are also in this camp. And what the European model is showing is that there will be a developing low, but that it's going to be far enough offshore that it wouldn't mean as much of an impact. On the other hand, the European model shows a stronger storm on Sunday, and the GFS model does not. So it may be that we've got more winter weather, Dave and Alex, coming to these very areas that have been hit so hard. It's been unbelievable. Back to you.
It truly is unbelievable. I've worked here for a few years. I've never seen anything like it.
No, you know, and we're even talking about a part of the country that is used to snow, and it's historic for them. And, you know, Winter Storm Marcus forced Worcester schools to close. Dave Malkoff has more.
There's only so much Worcester Public Schools can plow before they throw up their hands and call it a snow day. This drive is the perfect example. South High School is way up on the top of the hill, and then there's the school grounds itself. It's already piled high from the last storm, and here comes another. Facilities manager Tom Barrett behind the wheel there says a snow day is just safer for everyone.
Of course, they had a lot of them so far.
There's been 8 so far this school year for Jahir Lawrence, his buddies next door, and his mom.
Because they have to make up all the snow days.
Or we could use one of our breaks. We're not sure at this time.
In a town like Worcester, snow is the mother of invention.
It's been a lot of work.
Jahir's mom works at a nursing home, so her boss, an ex-limo driver, actually comes and picks everyone up.
And also my niece works there. So he was able to come out, pick about 5 or 6 of us up with clothes, extra clothes.
And Jahir just ends up staying next door with his friends.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I get cabin fever really bad myself.
I think it's fun for them, but a pain for us.
There is a way to get rid of snow days altogether, and it could only come from the mind of a 13-year-old.
Only if buses came, like monster trucks, could just plow right through the snow and bring kids right to school, because I don't really like missing school days.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy with showers, thunder possible, low 60, chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, winds increasing, a few clouds from time to time, high 72. Tuesday night, partly cloudy skies, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Adding to last week's snowfalls in a span of time, this is unprecedented area that we're heading in now here in the city of Boston as far as the amount of snow.
Buried in Boston and now breaking snowfall records many thought would never be reached. Winter Storm Marcus just adding to the snow misery, and it is not over yet. Welcome into this Monday edition of Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Olson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Very active weather pattern for that part of the country. The good news is Winter Storm Marcus is winding down, but of course the damage is done. Another 1 to 2 feet of snow.
Absolutely. You know,
I'm all choked up about it.
I know.
Boston has set its all-time record snow depth, 37 inches on the ground. 37 inches on the ground. We've gotten more, but it's settled and melted.
That's the
I must
problem.
be. Maybe you should take over from here.
We'll take a look at the top snowfall amounts from this storm so far, and we are looking at, again, some huge accumulations, over 2 feet, nearly 2.5 feet for the city of Boston, holding just under 20 inches. Worcester over 13, West Gloucester over 13. Hartford, Connecticut, you're at 7 inches. Albany, 6.5. Portland, just below that at 6.3. So once again, it's really New England that has been getting hit the hardest.
Yeah, and New York, too, just north of Albany. They've had 12 inches up there at Glens Falls, just less than an hour drive away. Well, all that snow is causing problems all across the Northeast. Outside of Boston, the Red Line train died in Quincy, Massachusetts this morning.
Yeah, and you know what? That left 50 people stuck. So a bus was called in to transfer them, but first they had to get to that bus. So they had to trudge through the snow this morning, and that ride to work, which for some may have been short, it actually ended up being a really long walk for people that probably weren't dressed to go for a walk through the snow.
That's right. You know, you think you're just going to hop on the bus, boom, you're off the bus, you're there.
Not the case.
Well, here's what we know so far. Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority, the T, has canceled all of the inbound commuter rail trains to Boston. Now, Massachusetts has been given the green light to dump snow into the harbor, and the speed limit across Massachusetts has been reduced to 40 miles per hour.
And you know, we're kind of running out of ways to describe just how epic this series of storms has been for Boston, and we have even more coming.
That's the slap in the face.
Yeah.
Veteran field meteorologist Mike Seidel is live in Boston. Mike, have you ever seen such a persistent stormy weather pattern in the Northeast like this?
Never. Not like this and this much snow. I've seen a lot of snow. I've seen more than this in Buffalo a couple months ago and upstate New York. That's lake effect. This is synoptic scale snow, and you've mentioned all the records. Deepest snow. This is already now our second top 10 snowfall in the past couple weeks. But how would you like to land at Logan today? Never seen snow before in your life at 26 years old. Well, here we go. Sylvia Whittington. Sylvia, welcome. She's from the beautiful town of Gulf Shores, Alabama, where we often go, unfortunately, when it's tropical season.
Yes.
And you told me you came from a nice warm Bermuda vacation, and you land here, and what do you see?
Nothing but white.
And it's your first time?
Yes.
You've never even seen snow on the ground?
No.
Well, that's the advantage of living in Gulf Shores, isn't it? And now that you've experienced historic snowfall in Boston, what do you think?
I'm ready to go back home.
So you've
I've seen snow.
You've had your fill.
Yes, I'm good to go.
Well, but it is pretty exciting. I'm sure you're taking a lot of photos.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you rather be back in Bermuda or back in Gulf Shores?
Back in Gulf Shores.
Back in Gulf Shores, okay. Well, your flight's tomorrow.
Yes.
Fortunately, tomorrow they've only canceled a few flights at Logan, so we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And tell everybody back in Gulf Shores what it was like up here.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Let me show you how tall these piles are. My gosh, look at this. This is rivals Buffalo just 2 months ago. Remember, parts of western New York and Metro Buffalo had, what, 88 inches? I don't know if I can even climb this. I cannot climb this. I'll have to figure a way to get up here. This is about a 9-foot pile as far as the eye can see. Fortunately, the snowfall rate has backed off, and we're going to wind this down this evening. Let's check in with Carl Parker. Carl, do I hear the fat lady singing on this one yet? Because I can tell you everybody, almost without exception up here, is over this. They're done with this. They want to move on to the next one, unfortunately.
I think so, but that's the real issue. What's going to happen on Friday and what's going to happen on Sunday? The model's not really agreeing on that point, but there is more potential for winter weather. And let's begin with a look at why we got so much snow there in Boston. Even though the storm itself, the parent storm, was not a terribly strong storm, but there's this contrast in temperature. Notice that it's much milder in southeastern Mass. We've got a flow coming in off the ocean here, winds coming out of the northeast, and then northerly winds dropping down from Canada with that much colder air. And so right between those two flows, you've got a boundary. That's the coastal front, and that coastal front became a lifting mechanism and squeezed out even more snow. And when we look back at the radar picture over the last 6 hours, you'll notice here that there certainly is some enhancement right in that area. It's definitely darker right there where we had that coastal front, and that's why we have gotten 2 feet of snow on the South Shore. Unbelievable storm, especially considering what we've been through. Now, we don't think there's going to be a lot of additional accumulation. It will continue to snow, but it should be fairly light. So an inch, maybe a couple of inches there for the most part in eastern Mass. And there's the current radar picture. Notice the snow is really beginning to thin out right now. There is another little disturbance that's coming through right there, and with that, some additional snow showers will linger into tonight. But a lot of reports of light snow right now. As we look at the obs across New England, we've got light snow in Norwood right now, as well as Taunton, Providence reporting light snow, Fitchburg, and then back into Springfield, all reporting light snow right now. Now here we've got a little bit of freezing rain showing up in the lower Susquehanna Valley. That is going to drive southward late tonight, so there could be freezing rain there in Baltimore and D.C. That may be the case even into tomorrow morning as well. Very early in the morning, then it's going to begin to wind down and press farther south. And this is our forecast showing that snow contracting. That's just lingering light snow. Not much left by tomorrow morning. It really will be winding down for good at that time. And so additional accumulations are likely to be on the order of just a few inches. And that's across eastern New York with that second little disturbance, and also there through a lot of southern parts of New England. But Dave and Alex, yet another one potentially on the way, and we'll have more on that coming up. Back to you.
That's right. And all hour long, our team of meteorologists will show you what is happening on the ground in Winter Storm Marcus.
Next, we'll take you to the city with some of the biggest snow totals in the country. That's Worcester, Mass. All coming up on Weather Center Live.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go.
Start the interview with a firm handshake. I know! Don't do that! Try new Head & Shoulders Instant Relief. It cools on contact and also keeps you 100% flake-free. Try new Head & Shoulders Instant Relief for cooling relief in a snap.
Attention, hip replacement recipients. If you had metal-on-metal hip replacement and suffered serious injuries or revision surgery, you may be entitled to a cash award. DePuy ASR and Stryker Rejuvenate and other hip replacement devices have been under FDA review. The FDA is aware of failures and dangers of all metal hip replacements and has raised concerns about high metal concentration in patients. Common injuries include early failure of the device, metal blood poisoning, bone fracture, dislocation, tissue damage from metal debris, and hip pain. If you had a DePuy ASR, Stryker Rejuvenate, or other metal-on-metal hip replacement implant and suffered serious injury or revision surgery, you may be entitled to a cash award. Time is limited. Call the number on your screen if you suffered serious injuries or revision surgery from your metal-on-metal hip replacement implant.
Call 1-855-262-8439 now. That's 1-855-262-8439.
Thrilled to have Jim Cantore on the show. He's been through like 80 tropical systems.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Watch Jim Cantore, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy with showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain 50%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower. Winds increasing. A few clouds from time to time. High 72. Tuesday night, partly cloudy skies. Low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu with the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. It breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Let's go from our little girl to all grown up. Let's say out with the old and in with the options, like that one, or those, with features like this. Let's get exactly what we imagined for less than we thought, and turn a modest budget into a majorly stylish bath. New bathroom, no problem. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online.
Now you're looking at one of these things they call snow farms in Boston. They're busy places these days. Snow melters like this one are melting 400 tons of snow per hour, and they're barely keeping up with what's being trucked in.
Yikes.
This is less like a snow farm than a snow dump.
Right.
Maybe, huh?
Yeah, kind of a snow dump. They should turn it into an amusement park. Shoot, start digging some little troughs in there and let people slide down them in their snow tubes.
I can dig that.
Could turn this into a real amusement park. Hey, you know, up into the Northeast, one of the spots that has been so hard hit with snowfall, Worcester, Massachusetts. And you know what? We've got somebody there.
Is that so? This is an unprecedented amount of snowfall. How does it feel to be a part of history, huh?
It feels pretty cold right now, Dave. The air temperature is about 13 degrees. The good news is we're starting to see the snow kind of taper off. I can look around the horizon, still see somewhat dark clouds here. The radar doesn't look like we're seeing that much more intense snow head this way. Again, we're in Worcester, about, say, 50 miles west of Boston. And I drove from Boston this morning, and the roads are difficult, to say the least, in terms of traveling. So I guess the bright spot in the way in this morning was there weren't that many other people on the road. So definitely helped out. And also I have a 4-wheel drive. Again, that's different than all-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive is what you need in this type of conditions. In fact, this is similar to ski country, Colorado, Utah. This is what I'm used to seeing and driving in this type of snow. Now, you mentioned the snow. As of midnight, we were the second snowiest place here in Worcester in the entire lower 48. Number 1 was Erie, PA. I think we were behind them by a couple of inches, but since the snow started falling Saturday night, we've picked up 13.1 inches as of 1 o'clock. So we still have a couple more hours of snow totals to get in, but easily, I'm pretty safe to say that unless Erie somehow got 10 inches of snow, I think now Worcester, Mass is the snowiest place here in the lower 48. And I guess if you want to hang on to something with all this snow, you can do that, Worcester. I mean, there's not much else to celebrate except, you know, a winter wonderland. And it's almost funny, you know, I'm standing within 2 feet of standing snow. Here's a yardstick. Again, put this in here. That's 24 inches of snow up to my knee. Now, if I was at any ski resort in California, they would love to have this much base snow, Dave. But yeah, we're not at a ski resort, although New England ski resorts are loving it. 5 feet of snow in the last 7 days. It's the perfect place to come skiing is here in the Northeast. Dave?
Thanks a lot, Paul. Nice work out there once again. Paul's been stuck in these really cold, snowy places. Lake Michigan right there, Chicago last week. Oh, my gosh. Marcus, another 20 inches of snow in Boston. Jeez Louise, huh? Winter Storm Marcus. Well, here we go. It's breaking up. The upper level support for this system is right about here. You can see a slight spin. There's an upper level low. That's going to be moving eastward. That'll keep some snow going, certainly in the Catskills. It continues to snow on the Northway in New York State. North of Albany, that snow continues to come down. But as we head to Mass Pike in toward Boston, the snow lightens up. Once again, it's heavier on the south side, South Shore, and the islands getting some snow. New York City, just cloudy skies, but there are some delays due to the freezing rain and drizzle that was in the area. Same story in Philadelphia, low ceilings and some delays about 1 hour long. Also low ceilings in San Francisco. There are some delays out there. So the last bit of Marcus, all these winter storm warnings will be gone by midnight, except in southern Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware. That's where we're picking up a little bit of freezing drizzle now. That's Lancaster. That is Intercourse, Pennsylvania out there in Pennsylvania Dutch country, and then down into Maryland and Delaware. So, you know, be heads up here, even though the snowstorm leaves tonight. Alex, back to you.
Still ahead, live updates from up and down the East Coast. Next, we're going to take you to the New York City metro area where snow isn't the big concern today. It's ice. We'll tell you exactly what's happening and the difference between sleet and freezing rain.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. Ski Team.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
How long does it take to grow old? And why does it seem like no one wants to do it? Isn't growing old the same thing as living longer? Living longer is something that's on the mind of every pet parent. And what we feed them matters. At Petco, pets are our sole focus. We handpick a unique selection of food to meet our high standards. Because when we feed them better, our companions thrive. Petco.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Right now, get a synthetic blend oil change, including a free battery check for only $21.99 at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Wow, I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergies start, doctors recommend taking one non-drowsy Claritin every day during your allergy season for continuous relief.
18 days.
17 days.
22 days of continuous relief.
Live Claritin Clear every day.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Comcast, the country's leading provider of entertainment technology, is now hiring technicians and installers in your area. Comcast is searching for individuals who have a passion for the communications industry and who enjoy working one-on-one with customers. If you are enthusiastic with great people and problem-solving skills, log on to jobs.comcast.com to apply. Become part of the Comcast team and work for a dynamic company that offers flexible shifts and great benefits. Log on to jobs.comcast.com and apply today.
Why do people invest? They invest for what's next. A college dream, a new priority, an active retirement. Whatever your goals are, we can help you invest for what's next. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
With the wrong wiper blades, you could be on the road to trouble. But with Michelin Stealth wiper blades, with SmartFlex technology and Smart Hinge exterior, you can see clear for the road ahead. Michelin Stealth, a better way forward. Get your Michelin wiper blades at Walmart.
2752. That's 800-399-2752. 800-399-2752.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, partly cloudy and windy, high 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You are looking out over the Big Apple right now. You are under a winter weather advisory in New York City as well as parts of New Jersey. Temperature currently holding in the upper 20s. You haven't seen the brunt of this system, Winter Storm Marcus, like folks off towards the New England area, but that doesn't mean you're going to totally escape without anything.
And there could be a few icy spots around town. We had a little freezing drizzle earlier on, about 11, 12 o'clock. So yes, so just be heads up, but right now the visibility's good and the weather looks pretty good here too. Well, let's check out now with our own Reagan Medji. She is, where is she, in New Jersey somewhere?
She was live at the TikTok Diner in Clifton, New Jersey at last check. Are you still there? What are you hearing from folks on your travels through the great state of New Jersey today?
Well, we are still here at the TikTok Diner, and our theory of staying here at this moment is because this is a very popular diner, so we're going to hear from people, we're going to see people coming in and off of this roadway. This is Route 3, and if you see, it goes all the way down. This is heading back into New Jersey. This is heading into New York City if you head that way. And the road conditions here, we talked to the emergency management officials, and they say, you know what, if you're going to be heading out on the roads tonight, it's all right. They've treated them throughout the day. However, it's going to get cooler throughout the night, and some patches where you might see some, wet puddles. That's going to turn slick, black ice. But if you look on here in this parking lot, you'll see some salt everywhere, and the owners came out and they kind of spread the salt, and this is the same treatment that the roads here in the county are receiving, the local roads, the state roads, the highways, the side roads, but you definitely want to take it really easy. Now, earlier today, it was ice, and to give you an idea of how cold it still is, here is our beautiful vehicle, and I did this earlier today, and I'm going to do it again, and hopefully I'm not going to damage anything, but you can see that this is right here, all ice, and if I go like that, this is what people had to do to try to even get the ice, and look at this, not even coming out at all, actually. Not that this is a failed experiment, but I mean, really, this is like solid onto it. So if you came out to your car earlier today, that is what you had to do to try to get some of the ice off in order to get on the roads and go where you need to go. We had school cancellations. Some people decided not to even go into work because of ice like this on their cars. And I mean, it really is on there. It's almost just like right into the paint. So if we walk back this way, we're going to look at the live look at the roadway conditions here outside of New York City area. A much different scenario if you head up north, but right here it looks like traffic's moving pretty well, but you want to take it easy when it comes into nightfall because that's when it's going to get a lot colder. Right, Dave? Right, Alex?
Absolutely. Yeah. And hey, that was one heck of an explainer. Every guy in here was cringing as she was banging. Oh, that's a brand new car.
We've already set her up with some anger management classes.
Exactly, exactly. But hey, we want to talk to you a little bit because, you heard her say sleet and you heard her say freezing rain, and I think some people at home are going, what's the difference? Aren't they the same thing? Not exactly. They're both a form of frozen precip, but it really depends on the depth of the warm layer. So we've got cold air, but notice this little layer of warm air goes from being very thin to thicker. So when we start over here, this is when you've got all snow. You're falling through
so it's below freezing
through
everywhere.
The entire column of air. We move over to the next one, and we've got that pocket of warm air. So that snowflake falls into that pocket, it melts, you've got a raindrop, but then that depth of cold air below that warm layer is deep enough that it gives that pellet time to just totally refreeze into a pellet of ice.
Now, if it's not deep enough, the snow melts in the warm air, and it doesn't have time to refreeze before it hits the ground. But everything on the ground is already 32 or below, so it becomes ice.
Freezes on contact.
On contact. If it's warm all the way down, it's rain, of course.
There you go. So there you have it. A little fun fact for you. So you know the difference. Obviously, freezing rain, really, really dangerous.
The most dangerous,
Absolutely.
definitely. Well, Winter Storm Marcus is winding down, but it's not done yet.
We've got live coverage continuing through the evening to keep you updated.
The way we see it, after a heavy snowfall, you have two options. You can stay inside or get behind the wheel of the Jeep Grand Cherokee with an available best-in-class 4x4 traction management system to maximize control, giving you confidence in all weather conditions. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Don't miss the Princess Cruises 50th anniversary sale. Our biggest sale ever. Save up to $500 per person. Everywhere we sail, all around the world. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
Heartburn. Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Ladies, pay attention. You suck it. You pull it. You squeeze it. Oh, forget it. There's gotta be an easier way to get into those skinny jeans. Well, now there is. Introducing Genie Slim Jeggings. The jeans that look just like jeans, but are as comfortable as leggings. Genie Slim Jeggings are made of a special blend of material, including spandex for added comfort. They look just like jeans. They even have pockets like real jeans. But like leggings, they stretch to almost any size and feel amazing.
Getting into skinny jeans has never been so easy and felt so good.
Genie Slim Jeggings has a special lifting design that sculpts your bottom, firms your legs, hips and thighs, and even hides those panty lines.
You just slipped them right on. They covered my muffin top and you can't see my panty lines. They look fantastic with all of my clothes. They match with everything.
So now, instead of doing this, you can do this.
Muffin top? Gone. Panty lines? Gone. Total transformation.
I feel sexy. I'm proud of my curves. I never felt so fit and toned and so good about myself.
Order your Genie Slim Jeggings for just $19.99. And if you order right now, we'll double your order and send you the gray design absolutely free. But wait, there's more. We'll also include a pair of black jeggings, also free. You will receive 3 Genie Slim Jeggings for just $19.99. You pay for one and we will send you 2 more free with your order. Don't wait any longer. Order now.
To order and take advantage of this amazing offer, call 1-800-719-1639. That's 1-800-719-1639. Or visit us online at GenieSlimJeggings.com. Order 1 pair of Genie Slim Jeggings and we'll send you 2 free. So call 1-800-719-1639. This offer is not available in any store. Call or click today.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guyon Bluford, the first African American to travel into space.
us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
The snow is back in Boston, and we're piling it on.
It's about the cumulative impact of this storm coming on the heels of the others.
Boston's been hit, 4 storms in 2 weeks, and we've been hit just as bad.
I'm done with it, though. I'm sick of it.
Trying to get it on dump trucks, try to get out of here.
Welcome back to our special coverage of Winter Storm Marcus. I'm Alex Wilson.
I'm Dave Schwartz. Well, relentless is the right word for all this snow, don't you think, Alex?
Oh, absolutely.
Boston is now having its second top 10 all-time snowstorms in just 2 weeks.
That's right. 2 weeks, 2 top 10 snowstorms. Let that sink in for a second.
Winter Storm Juno, exactly 2 Mondays ago, is the other, when 24.5 inches of snow fell, and so far nearly 20 inches has fallen in Boston from Winter Storm Marcus.
Let's take a look at those top snowfall amounts from this storm, and this is so far. Quincy, Mass, you have seen just under 25 inches of snow, or I should say just over 2 feet, 24.5 inches. Norwell, 23.3. Boston, just under 20 inches of snow.
Wow. On top of everything else, this is like, it's unbelievable.
Right. Parts of New York, Connecticut also seeing double-digit snowfall accumulations. And we want to get to the latest impacts from Winter Storm Marcus. Snow melters are melting 400 tons of snow per hour in Boston. Massachusetts, they've been given the green light to dump snow into the harbor. And Boston Public Schools, they are closed tomorrow.
Well, meteorologist Mike Seidel is live in Boston this afternoon.
And Mike, you know, you've covered plenty of snow events in your career, but can you ever remember a city taking a 1-2 punch, or really punch after punch, like Boston has?
I have never seen this in my almost 25 years with the Weather Channel, getting this much snow. They've had nearly 6 feet of snow in 17 days, and this is a lot of snow. I mean, look at this. Let's open up the shot here and get a sense of how large this pile of snow is. And they extend forever and ever as far as the eye can see. Now, they're catching up now, the plows, the bobcats around town, because the snowfall has really backed off, and we're pretty much done with the real accumulation. Now what we're waiting for is the latest observation from the National Weather Service across the water at Logan Airport to see how much we've had so far. Again, we're just under 20 inches, but we've had enough since 1 o'clock to put us at a number 9 snowfall. The mayor, in his afternoon press conference, Mayor Marty Walsh, addressed the citizens and talked about how frustrating this has become.
I know that it's frustrating right now, particularly with the amount of snow, and it's frustrating to all of us. But I ask you to remain patient in your homes, and as you go out and clear the streets, you know, just be patient. This is snow like we've never seen before in the past.
Yeah, you got to really just hang in there. I know it's tough, and you know what? You want spring to come, but it will get here. But we've got more cold weather to deal with, more snow. By the way, MBTA, Mass Transit, shutting down everything at 7. That's all rail service, subways, and trolleys. Limited bus service for the rest of this afternoon and early this evening. Let's go to Carl Parker. Carl, besides the fact that we've got more snow on the way, we've got 2 Arctic outbreaks coming in, one late this week and one late weekend and early next week. So the snow is basically going nowhere.
Yeah, a very important point, Mike, and you're right, a couple of storms on the way, and the big question is, will one of those or both of those have an impact on the very same areas coming this Friday and this Sunday? And we'll get into this modeling coming up at about 53 minutes after the hour. I want to begin with what Mike touched on, and that is that we have had the fastest pace to 68 inches of snow on record there in Boston, and completely destroying the old records, the previous records, 44 days, and then a number 2, 45 days, set in 93 and 10/11. Look at this, 17 days to 68.4 inches of snow. And so when people say that this is something that they really haven't seen before, there really is something to that. And that's what the totals are looking like right now. We're talking about a couple of feet of snow in Weymouth, 19.7 in Boston, and 16 inches in Lynn. It's not quite over yet. It's going to be still snowing, we think, through the rest of tonight and early tomorrow morning, but it will be lighter snow. So we're talking about 1 to 2 inches for the most part of additional accumulation there in Boston. Here's the current radar. You notice the snow is definitely thinning out across southeastern New England. There's another disturbance that's now coming through in New York right in there. And along with that, some additional snow showers are going to move on through. Right now, just some lingering snow near Hartford and the South Shore as well. And then well off to the south and to the west, we are getting freezing rain right now in the lower Susquehanna Valley. A lot of stations now reporting that. Harrisburg as well as into the York area. A couple of locations in Harrisburg. And then Indiantown also reporting freezing rain. And that is likely to sag southward late tonight and into the overnight hours. So this is where we may see some accumulation, not a lot of it, but anywhere from the Delmarva, eastern Maryland, into the D.C. metro area and also into Virginia. Could be some tricky spots on the roads tomorrow morning. There's the additional snowfall accumulation, and we're talking about very light amounts for the most part, 1 to 3 inches in pockets, but largely it's going to be an inch or less in a lot of these areas. So we're definitely at the tail end of this particular event. But we've got another storm possibly on the way. This is the GFS model showing you an area of strong low pressure getting going in the very same areas come Friday morning. Now, the European model does not agree with this, and we will take a look at where the modeling is coming up in more detail at about 53 minutes after the hour. But right now we want to get out to Paul Goodloe, and he's in Worcester. And Paul, just an unbelievable start to this winter season. Out to you.
Yeah, definitely unbelievable, record-setting, all words that can describe the first, actually, I shouldn't say even the first, just the last 17 days here across much of eastern Massachusetts, including here in Worcester. Take a look at the local paper, the front page this morning of the Telegram and Gazette. It says piling on, and that is what we're doing. And then farther down, some of the headlines, actually, that's a guy with a snowboard, because there is plenty of snowboarding to do, plenty of powder for that. Even some of the smaller headlines talk about snowstorm to Clobber region again. And the bottom one, New England frustrated by storm. That should say storms, because we've had so many snowstorms here in Worcester that we are now the snowiest place in the lower 48. Again, unless somehow Erie somehow got a foot of snow overnight, I think Worcester will overtake. They were number 2 as of midnight, and now I think with the 13.1 they've picked up storm total at about, say, 7 of that, 7.5 since midnight. I think we have gotten over 90 inches. So again, I was doing this before. I'm going to put my hand on 12 inches. So I'm 6'5". So you add another, say, 12 inches on top of me. Boom. There you go. That's an extra foot. That's 75. That's 7.5 feet of snow. That's 90 inches. In fact, we're, I think, 0.2 of an inch shy of 91 inches. So this tall, that's how much snow has fallen here this entire winter in the Worcester area. And that's actually, believe it or not, about 30 inches more than Boston, which is just about, say, 52 miles to my east. So, yeah, everywhere you stand is snow. Or look is snow and snow, Alex. And again, where do you put it all? That's the big problem. And unfortunately, as I was listening to Carl, we could have another couple of snowstorms over the next couple of days. So it just continues to, as I said in the paper, pile on here in eastern Mass. Guys?
Absolutely. You know, as you mentioned, really anywhere you look around you, it's snow.
Right. There's like nowhere to go.
No.
Miami.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, thank you so much, Paul. We'll be checking in with you again soon. And our live coverage of Winter Storm Marcus continues after the break.
Parts of the Northeast have had more snow than they can handle. Obviously, there's more on the way. Details are ahead in your winter weather update at 50 past the hour. But first, we're headed to Maine to see what Marcus is doing in the Pine Tree State.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower. Partly cloudy and windy. High 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. Low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
Sweet mother of softness, Charmin.
Take a closer look at Charmin Ultra Soft and you'll love what you see. Not only can you use less, but you can actually see the softness in our comfort cushions.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin Ultra Soft?
At Intel, they have technology that lets your face be your password. Oh, that is one secure password.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. Plus, Crizal gives you the most comprehensive UV protection. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
We have some breaking weather, at least the potential for that. It's down on the south side of Winter Storm Marcus. Some thunderstorms with rotation coming into the area off the west coast of Florida there, north and west of Fort Myers. You see there's some big spin in the atmosphere, a little upper level disturbance here coming toward the Fort Myers area. And one of these little individual rotating thunderstorms there, a lot of thunder south of Tampa, south of Orlando, but it's this isolated storm, supercell rotating thunderstorm coming toward the Boca Grande area. We'll go to the south side of Punta Gorda. Lots of lightning with that. Going to go north and west of Fort Myers. I'll pause this here. You can see how the whole storm spirals around, and there is some rotation that's down in this part of the storm, and that's heading off toward the east-northeast at about 45 miles per hour. There you can see the track of that. The green goes northbound, the red southbound, so that could mean that some rotation, if it holds together, come toward the Boca Grande area, and then that would be about 4:52. A little bit after 5 o'clock would be coming down in the south side of Punta Gorda. So a chance of a tornado, a chance of a damaging wind gust. We get a tornado warning. We'll give you further updates. For now, we'll go back to the winter side of this storm with Dave and Alex.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We will be checking in with you if need be. And, you know, when we talk about winter, Portland, Maine, one of the cities that's been getting hit hard by this storm and the others.
Oh, yeah, just like Boston. You know, they've already picked up more than 2 inches of snow from this one, but they've had feet and yards of snow. Ron Blome is in the middle of all this, and
it looks like the snow is coming down harder than last check.
Yeah. It's flurries. Casco Bay behind me, and these flurries have been kind of picking up and slacking off all day long. They're supposed to continue into almost 5 a.m. tomorrow. We had just under 3 inches of snow officially today. This morning, the city was a little bit shut down. A lot of people were going to work on foot, but I must say by this afternoon, I think they're into the rhythm of a Portland, Maine snow day here, and the schools were shut down. Some people sought the woods to let off a little steam and exercise some snow fun. We ran into some snowmobilers up near Falmouth a little earlier today. They were out running around at a snow club out in the woods, and at the local snowmobile dealer, he was just buried in work. Here's Wayne Kinniston.
We are jammed up in there. I think we got 19 sleds down there right now waiting for service. So yeah, we're jammed up.
Yeah. But a good kind of jammed up.
A good kind of jammed up, absolutely. This is like white gold coming from the sky for us, you know. Almost too busy.
Yeah.
Inside his shop, he had more than a dozen snowmobiles, and some dads were pressing him because the kids wanted to get out and run around in the snowmobiles today. Hey, something else we found out in the woods in the snow today. I want you to meet a golden retriever, Mr. Boo. 10 years old, but he still likes to go through the deep powder. Found a log that had been tossed out and pulled it out. And if anybody was enjoying the storm today, it seemed to be Mr. Boo out there. Isn't that a nice awe moment, Dave and Alex?
Ron, thank you so much. You know what? No matter how sick of the snow I think everybody is, at least if you see Mr. Boo's tail wagging, you're like, all right, so somebody's enjoying it.
Yeah, he was happy.
And I love that he's snow-covered, too. So cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got it. As long as the sticks aren't covered, it's all good. Thank you so much, Ron. We're going to check back in with you. Got to check in on air travel. You just saw that plane fly by. A lot of the airports, though, seeing those planes slow to take off, if they're taking off at all. The Northeast, the big trouble spot. It's parts of the New York metro area down towards Philly where we're seeing delays. Look at these cancellations, though. Nationwide, just over 2,000 cancellations, most of those at Boston and LaGuardia. So those have been the hardest hit airports. And you notice Boston not really reporting delays because I think a lot of the flights there were just canceled. Also cancellations at Newark and JFK as well as Philadelphia. So once again, it's those Northeast airports that are getting the brunt of problems thanks to yet another winter storm. Dave.
Well, Alex, it's been a relentless snow pattern from the Midwest to the Northeast, and it looks like we're not done with that yet. There's another snowmaker in the forecast, which would only add misery in cities such as Boston. Coming up, see the area with the greatest chance of significant snow. You're watching Weather Center Live. Your local on the 8s is next.
Discover Card. Hey there, I just got my bill, and I see that it includes my FICO credit score.
Yep, you have our Discover It card, so you get your FICO credit score and your monthly statements, and online for free.
It's pretty cool, you guys.
Well, we just want to help you stay on top of your credit and avoid surprises.
Good, I hate surprises.
Are you okay?
Nope.
We treat you like you'd treat you. We've already given more than 175 million free FICO credit scores to our card members. Apply today at Discover.com.
When you shop for furniture, you don't have to wonder how the fabrics, leathers, and options will look. At LazyBoy.com, you can see it before you order it.
What about red? It's perfect. Not quite. There we go. La-Z-Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
Get down now!
This is the absolute extreme situation.
If this is my last year on the mound, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower. Partly cloudy and windy. High 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. Low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Gonna need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu. It has the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. Theraflu breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms, so you never miss a day. Theraflu. Serious power.
This program brought to you by Theraflu. Serious power.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
If you're running a business, LegalZoom has your back. Over the last 10 years, we've helped 1 million business owners get started. Visit LegalZoom today for the legal help you need to start and run your business. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know Pinocchio was a bad motivational speaker?
I look around this room and I see nothing but untapped potential. You have potential. You have... Oh, boy.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
All cars are racing against time. Some are just doing better than others. Save 25% on durable...
When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, it could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Discover how an AARP Medicare Supplement plan could go long for you.
You want to choose your doctors. Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare supplement plans.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
go long.
Remember, Berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER or call 888-SWEET-90.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back. It is time now for your winter weather update, and another amazing storm there in New England. We've had 2 feet of snow already in the Boston metro area. Take a look at this total, 24.5 inches, and that's in Weymouth. That is south of downtown, and we've had about 20 inches in downtown. So it's been just an unbelievable storm once again. Not a terribly strong storm overall, but we had this boundary set up over Boston where winds were coming together, and that enhanced the snowfall. And what a season it has been. In fact, we have gotten to 68 inches more quickly than we ever have before in the record. This is the record. This is what it says. And previously, the fastest time to 68.4 inches was 44 days, set in 93 and 94. We have destroyed that record, coming in at 17 days with what has happened here in the last couple of weeks. It has been remarkable. And some people are thinking, well, gosh, this is really different from anything that we have experienced in the past. Is there some reason to believe that? Well, let's take a look at what the data says. This is a study from the Bulletin of the American Meteorological Society in March of 2014, looking at the frequency and intensity of non-tropical, that is extratropical storms in all of the northern hemisphere. And this is going back into 1950. And when we put trend lines on here, very clearly what it shows is that the frequency of storms is increasing and the intensity of storms is increasing. That has been the trend since 1950 over the last 60 years. And you can draw your own conclusions about the data, but that is the data. So here's a look at the radar picture right now, and we've got some light snow coming down across New England. The storm definitely in its last moments here. We'll see some additional light snow through tonight and very early tomorrow morning in southeastern New England. We've got another little area of showers coming through, a little upper low moving through there. And then also there is some freezing rain now in the lower Susquehanna Valley and northern parts of Maryland. That's going to drive southward into the D.C. area later tonight. Now let's talk about the weekend. Here's the GFS model. GFS model showing another big low developing right along the coast, and that would be a very big deal there in New England come Friday morning if it were to happen like that. And there's a lot of ensemble support in the GFS model for that solution. The European model showing something similar but farther offshore, showing a low that develops and is stronger but is far enough offshore to not have a huge impact, and there's a lot of ensemble support for that. So that's where we are right now. We're going to continue to watch that very carefully. Dave, Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Carl. Well, Winter Storm Marcus forced Worcester, Massachusetts schools to close. No decision's been made for tomorrow.
But you know the kids are anxiously awaiting that. The Weather Channel's Dave Malkoff has more on how all this is affecting attendance.
There's only so much Worcester Public Schools can plow before they throw up their hands and call it a snow day. This drive is the perfect example. South High School is way up on the top of the hill, and then there's the school grounds itself. It's already piled high from the last storm. And here comes another. Facilities manager Tom Barrett behind the wheel there says a snow day is just safer for everyone.
Of course, they had a lot of them so far.
There's been 8 so far this school year for Jahir Lawrence, his buddies next door, and his mom.
Because they have to make up all the snow days.
Or we could use one of our breaks. We're not sure at this time.
In a town like Worcester, snow is the mother of invention.
It's been a lot of work.
Jahir's mom works at a nursing home, so her boss, an ex-limo driver, actually comes and picks everyone up.
And also my niece works there. So he was able to come out, pick about 5 or 6 of us up with clothes, extra clothes.
And Jahir just ends up staying next door with his friends.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I get cabin fever really bad myself.
I think it's fun for them, but a pain for us.
There is a way to get rid of snow days altogether, and it could only come from the mind of a 13-year-old.
Only if buses came like monster trucks could just plow right through the snow and bring kids right to school, because I don't really like missing school days.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, partly cloudy and windy, high 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Adding to last week's snowfalls in a span of time, this is unprecedented area that we're heading in now here in the city of Boston as far as the amount of snow.
In Boston, and now breaking snowfall records that many thought would never be reached. Winter Storm Marcus just adding to the snow misery, and it is not over yet. Welcome into Weather Center Live on this Monday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. I just felt a snowball hit a TV screen somewhere.
Absolutely.
We're just the messengers, people.
I know. We would love to spread it somewhere else. Folks in the west saying we'd love to see that snow. Folks in the northeast saying enough snow. Folks in the south, they're just like, we'd like a little snow. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's really a case of the haves and have-nots.
But there is some good news for northeasterners. This winter storm, Marcus, is winding down. But as we all know, the damage is done. Boston set its all-time record snow depth, 37 inches, that high. Now one of the top 10 snowiest seasons in Boston. These are the snowfall totals from this one storm, Alex.
Well over a foot in many locations, including Boston, where you're approaching 2 feet. We're almost at about 1.5 feet, or just about 1.5 feet, over that, I should say. 19.7 inches there. It's Norwell that's approaching 2 feet at this point, and they are just a little bit away.
And we've got video from Norwell. This is what it looks like there.
Yeah.
There's a new 23 inches on that car. Some of it's already blown off.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that you clear that off before you get going over the next few days, because when that snow melts from the sun, you get that ice on top of cars, and it becomes really a missile when it goes by. So I know you're in a hurry and you don't want to have to clear off the top of the car too, but really got to do that.
And people are clearing their roofs.
Oh yeah, they're clearing the
driveways,
station.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the biceps on everybody who's been shoveling have to be great.
I think, yeah, everybody must look like Arnold
exactly
up there now, huh?
I would think so. And they're saying, hey, we would love a break. And we want to tell you what we know so far with Winter Storm Marcus. Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority has canceled all of the inbound commuter rail trains to Boston. Massachusetts has been given the green light to dump snow into the harbor. And the speed limit across that state has been reduced to 40 miles per hour. And we're running out of ways to describe just how epic this series of storms has been for the Boston area, and there's even more coming.
Well, there's a guy who's covered snowstorm after snowstorm. He must have a unique term for this one. Let's go to him. He's veteran meteorologist Mike Seidel, live in Boston. What's the word, Mike?
Mucho nieve, mucho nieve. If you translate that from Spanish, that means a lot of snow. And this is what we have in Boston. Look at this. The Bobcat today was trying to pile it up here, and he was actually pulling a wheelie trying to get up even higher. They've run out of places to even put it down here at the Long Wharf between the Marriott and over here at the Aquarium and the IMAX Theater. I mean, look at this. It's unbelievable. Now, the afternoon Climo came in from the National Weather Service. They did not add anything into what fell after 1 o'clock, so we're going to have to wait for that. We're still at 73.9 for the season and just under 20 inches for the storm, but it has snowed at least another probably a couple inches since 1 o'clock. We'll get those numbers to you because that will again impact these amazing records here in Boston. Today there was very little traffic. Everybody pretty much sat tight. Schools are closed today. They're closed again tomorrow. That's 9 school days. They're going to have to make up at least tomorrow from what I'm reading later on in the spring, and they can't go past July 30th because of teacher contract. I'm sorry, June 30th because of teacher contracts. And at his mid-afternoon press conference, Mayor Marty Walsh told the citizens this is what you really need to do over the next couple of days.
I'm asking everyone to stay off the roads today. As I went out today, there was more cars on the road than I expected. This is a serious snowstorm. And I'm asking everyone to stay off the roads tomorrow. And I'm asking employers in the city of Boston to allow your employees to work from home tomorrow. It's important for us to be able to get to the streets, to clear the streets, so that we can move all the snow that we need off the streets, so we can move our city forward.
And the other big issue right now is all the snow on the roofs, especially down on the South Shore where it's been snowing and warmer in the low 30s. We're in the mid to upper teens here. We've had roof collapses, awning collapses, and building collapses down in Plymouth County. So, Carl, that's going to be another issue for days to come. Eventually it warms up. Eventually it rains. If we get a quick melt, a lot of rain, that is going to be disastrous here. But melting is not an option here in the next week or so.
No, it's going to continue to be very cold, Mike. And, in fact, we could be looking at another strong storm later in the week or perhaps early next week, and we'll talk more about that coming up at the bottom of the hour. I want to show you why we got so much snow with a low that was not terribly strong. That's because of this contrast in temperature. So we've had this ocean flow coming out of the northeast and across southeastern Mass, and we've had a very cold flow coming down from Canada here into the rest of Massachusetts. And where those flows are meeting, that's where air is converging, and that helped to produce even more snow than we would have seen otherwise. And in fact, this is a 12-hour radar loop, and if you look right in here, you can see that there are sort of darker colors indicating where that convergence was taking place, and the result then was a couple of feet of snow in Weymouth and 19.7 in Boston. Looks like the 9th snowiest season on record in Boston. Snow will be winding down here. In fact, it really has already, and it's just going to be light snow going forward, and we're thinking additional accumulations of an inch, maybe a couple of inches there on the South Shore, as well as into the north central part of the state going forward. Now let's talk about the radar picture right now, and there you see how the snow has really started to thin out across a lot of southeastern New England. Another disturbance coming through right there in central parts of New York State, some snow showers lingering, and then to the south of that, where you've got some warmer air overriding very cold air at the surface, we're getting some freezing rain in the lower Susquehanna Valley, and that's slowly going to sag southward and down towards Baltimore and D.C. tonight and overnight, and there could certainly be some slick spots tomorrow morning. We think that it's going to be lighter amounts, and right now the high-resolution model showing us the higher accumulations, even though light, there around the eastern shore, the Bay Bridge, down towards, say, Charles County there, and into La Plata, Maryland, and also into central parts of Virginia. Here's the model forecast, and there's what is left of our storm. Still seeing a little vestige of that coastal front right in there. That's why we'll get some additional snow in the Boston metro, but for the most part, it will be over by tomorrow morning. But Dave, again, possibly another big storm either Friday or Sunday or both. We'll have more on that at the bottom of the hour.
You're going to be a busy man, Carl. Thanks for that report. Well, our team of meteorologists will show you what's happening on the ground in Winter Storm Marcus. Next, we'll take you to the city with some of the biggest snowfall totals in the country, Worcester, Massachusetts, after this.
Looks like the Garcias got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Buick. I'm outside. Where are you? I'm right here. I'm in the Buick. I don't see a Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
That's not a Buick. That's what I told him. Wow. This is nice. Oh, my.
Now during the Buick President's Day event, get $5,000 total cash back on select Buick sedans in stock the longest.
Crouching in average jeans. Crouching in Duluth Trading Ballroom jeans. Duluth Trading Ballroom jeans. The crotch gusset gives you room to crouch without singing soprano. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. What? Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this.
Danger. Warning.
You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
Danger.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Thrilled to have Jim Cantore on the show. He's been through like 80 tropical systems.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just sand.
Watch Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, weekday mornings at 7.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, partly cloudy and windy, high 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go! Apples are good. As Strongbow Hard Cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Everything in separate bins, people. Computers, shoes. You can't put 2 in 1.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put 2 in 1.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
See, it's like 2 things in 1. You're like a mermaid or one of those horse guy people.
You mean like a centaur?
See, you can.
Is the biggest, about 10 feet tall, or a little under 2 times the height of Mario Andretti, the former race car driver.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, look at this thing. That guy, you can just see the amount of work that's been done when you look at this pile of snow that he has made from all of the snow, not just coming from Marcus, nearly 20 inches from this one, but from the previous storms, over 20 inches in Boston from Juneau.
I'll tell you, I'm nuts from all this stuff.
Right.
I'm dumbstruck with it. It's amazing. You know, one city that's picked up even more snow than Boston is Worcester, Massachusetts.
And our Paul Goodlow is there. Paul, you know, we've heard from people on Facebook. They're saying this isn't exciting anymore. We're so sick of it. But is anybody there kind of like bragging about this snow, saying, yeah, I lived through this, I got this?
Well, I'm pretty sure if you actually operate a snowplow or shovel people's driveways and walkways for a living, you're probably bragging about, yeah, I'm glad I blew the budget on Christmas because you're making up for it right now. Let's just talk about the amount of snow Worcester has picked up since the 1st of this month. February 1st, 9 days into February, and we have picked up 35 inches of snow. That's nearly this entire yardstick. You're 1 inch shy of this much snow in 9 days. 9 days, and about a third of that, I think 13.1 officially, just from this last snow event. So we're talking about since Saturday night through now, 13.1 inches of snow. It continues to pile up. Again, here in Worcester, snow is everywhere. Boston, snow is everywhere. And we're actually luckily to come to you right now from the Beechwood Hotel in beautiful Worcester. I want to talk to the general manager, Mario Hache. Thanks for first giving us refuge from the storm out here. And I know you guys are used to dealing with some snow, but have you ever been out here with this much snow, storm after storm?
Not since 1978. Wow. That's a long time ago. You probably weren't even born.
I was born. And in fact, that blizzard in 78 got me into the weather business. I was fascinated ever since.
since then. But how are you dealing with removing this snow?
Well, for us, it's a way of life, actually, because we are used to a lot of snow in Worcester. And that's one of the key components of the work that we do, because we're in the hospitality business. We want to be careful with the safety of our guests, the cleanliness of our roads and our parking lot. The minute that they hear that there's a storm, the crew is already ready. And the minute that the snow build up to probably about an inch, they start coming in, sanding the place and making it safe. Then the plowing take place once it began to accumulate at a certain level. However, it's not just the plowing and cleaning of the road. We also clean up everybody's car.
Ooh, good to know if you ever get out of here.
We really do.
But, you know, like a city like Boston, they've actually doubled their snow budget. Have you guys kind of had to increase your snow budget or removal budget? Because, again, this is storm after storm after storm this year.
Well, this is anticipating. We hope that this will stop probably this week. This way we can catch up. But, listen, it is what it is. It's New England, you know.
True. All right.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you much.
Thanks for the refuge from the storm.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So, guys, again, everyone here is just having to deal with this. And, again, they're all hoping that this will eventually end. But the good news is we do see it on the calendar. Spring, just 39 days away. Guys?
Well, we can't wait for that one, Paul. Thanks. 39 days and counting. You know, the heaviest snow going on right now is in Utica, New York, and also Concord, New Hampshire. So this thing is kind of split up and widely scattered at the present time. There's our upper level low. The snow is generally weakening across Connecticut and Massachusetts. So that's good news. Another 1 to 2 inches, that would just be it for Marcus. There have been some delays because of the freezing rain and light snow we had in New York City earlier today. 41 minutes, your average delay at Newark, and about an hour in Philadelphia. Freezing rain in Philadelphia, that's another story we'll investigate next.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad, and then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls, and you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Great, another wedding. Then I'm a bridesmaid in 3.
Oh.
It's okay. I've joined 14 online dating sites.
14? Is one of them eHarmony?
I don't have time for all those eHarmony questions.
Beth, do you want fast or forever? Only eHarmony.com takes the time to find you that perfect someone.
Another invite. Oh, and here's the dress.
eHarmony.com. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
There's confidence. Then there's trusting your vehicle maintenance to Ford Service Confidence. Our expertise, technology, and high-quality parts mean your peace of mind. Now you can get the works. A multi-point inspection with a synthetic blend oil change, tire rotation, brake inspection, and more. $29.95 or less.
What should I do with my money? Whether you're a multi-million-dollar investor or just starting out, the answer is Betterment. Betterment is the smarter way to invest and is the largest automated investing service in the U.S. If you're building wealth or preparing for retirement, we provide a personalized recommended asset allocation, and your money is put to work in a globally diversified portfolio. Experience smarter investing and secure your financial future. Betterment. Investing made better.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I.
FAU's Lifelong Learning Society in Jupiter is a great place to learn something new. It offers affordable university-level courses for adults of all ages with no homework, no tests, and no stress. There are one-day lectures or 4-, 6-, and 8-week courses. Course and lecture topics are taught all year round and include a variety of liberal arts subjects. Take only the courses you want, then sit back, relax, and enjoy. Visit us online to learn more and start your tomorrow today.
A
At school, they talked about the digital divide, the gap between people who can access the internet and those who can't, the haves and the have-nots. Well, today, my family becomes one of the haves.
Internet Essentials from Comcast offers low-cost computers and internet to lower-income families. It's part of our commitment to making sure that no one gets left behind in the communities we serve.
Now that we're online, anything is possible.
Comcast, connecting our communities.
By exposure to asbestos,
call 1-800-641-0818 now.
Stay with us for the latest on Winter Storm Marcus.
We are approaching record levels of snow.
We're live from across the region, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain, 80%. Tuesday, chance of a morning shower, partly cloudy and windy, high 72. Tuesday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, low 54. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We've got some amazing video from Weymouth, Massachusetts. We are calling this all piled up and nowhere to go because there's so much snow piled up that you can't even get out your door. So far, 24.5 inches of snow there from Winter Storm Marcus, just over 2 feet. Yeah, that's going to make it tough to open up that front door. Want to check in now with our Reagan Medji.
Yeah, Reagan, you're in New Jersey.
That's right, guys. We are in...
Whose car are you going to be beating up this time?
Not my car, because, well, one, doesn't have a lot of ice on it, and two, because it's my car. But we'll beat up on a car again. So you're probably wondering, beat up on a car if you just tuned in. Well, basically here in New Jersey, it was an ice skating rink for most of the area early this morning. But to put everything in perspective, throughout the day, some of that ice hasn't moved. Boom. Right over here. So this is our Toyota mobile weather fleet, right? So here you can see all the ice. Now that we have a nice glimmer of the light, no ice. But if I try to even break it with my hand, and this is where everybody's like, no! And I'm like, yes! This is like Office Space. You ever watch that movie where they take the printer? So you can see that it's really, really hard to just even scrape off. Oy caramba. So that's how cold it is, that the ice is still on these cars. But let's look at the roadways, because a lot of people are leaving New York City at this point on Route 3 in Clifton. This is northern New Jersey for all of you out there who might not be familiar where I am right now. If you head up the road that way, you're going to get into Manhattan. And you're going to go through the Lincoln Tunnel. But as you see everybody, there's a huge group coming and commuting back home. And then if you go down that way, you're heading more towards New Jersey. So we decided here at the TikTok Diner, why don't we talk to a couple people about this winter in particular? And this is what they had to say.
What was it like in your car and getting all clean?
It was bad. I live on a small street, one-way street, so we have to wait forever until it's done and it's plowed. So in the morning it was ice skating rink, and then, I decided, okay, it's time for me to take sick day.
When you found out that you had a snow day today, what went through your mind, and then what did you decide to do?
I kind of thought it was unnecessary because, I'm getting used to all this snow, but... So I kind of just, tried to get out of the house.
Yeah, and they came to the TikTok Diner. So if we look at the diner parking lot, you'll see that it's kind of slick. We might look at it now and be like, it's wet, no big deal. Big deal, because later tonight it's going to get a little cooler, and that's all going to be an ice skating rink. Guys?
Reagan, I got to ask you, at the TikTok Diner, I imagine you spent some time inside. What are the big sellers with the weather as miserable? Is it the tomato soup, the coffee? What are they running low on?
Well, right now, I'm not sure. I haven't checked in there yet because I'm too busy out here trying to grab people to talk to about what they think about the weather.
I'm going to give you that assignment.
I will get in there.
you to go in there and tell me what delicious warm foods everybody's buying in the TikTok diner.
I will do that, and I will tweet it, my friend, and then you can see it, and you can retweet it, follow me, reply, whatever tweeting thing you do.
All of those
that's what
things.
You can do.
All of those
things. Right now,
just for you. Now, when the assignment desk calls and says, "Why are you in there eating?" You say, "Well, because Alex asked me to do it."
And just
I'm on assignment.
Just have them put it on Alex's tab. All right? We'll check back with you, Reagan.
No problem. You got that.
Hey, we want to show you what has been happening in the air over New York City today, because there has been some of that freezing rain. And, and if you're wondering the difference between sleet and freezing rain, it all depends on the depth of a warm pocket of air in the atmosphere. When the entire column of air is 32 degrees or below, that's when you get the snow. You got this small pocket of warm air. That snowflake melts, but then it has enough time to refreeze before it hits the ground. That's when you get the sleet.
And the freezing rain occurs when the temperature here is below freezing. You're saying, what's it raining for? It's because up there's warm air, the snow melts, becomes a raindrop, and doesn't refreeze until it hits the ground. That's what we're talking about.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check?
What's that? So weird, right? My agent Tom said
only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving bonus check. Are you in good hands?
Okay, here's the plan. You're going to want to turn right.
1.2 miles. Good. I'm so
No, you're chilling. Watch the lane.
And we have this really great view.
Got a car in our blinds?
And we learned how to salsa dance. He was dancing.
Backseat drivers just met their match. Introducing the entirely new Sonata Sport.
You forgot to turn off the...
From Hyundai.
Get 0% APR and no payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Sonata. Only your local Hyundai dealer.
Hi, this is Connor. Sorry I missed you. I'm either away from my desk or on another call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you just as soon as I'm available. Thank you for your patience at this busy time.
Join Princess Cruises for stargazing.